Hello.
I can check.
That's cool.
Hey. All right, more people joining. And then I think, yeah, I get rid of that thing. It's so weird coming back to my Vancouver setup, and also I changed it, but everything's
It's a little different
weird.
layout,
Yeah, it's-
I noticed.
Well,
Yeah,
because
I've been-
I have a sit
What's
to
that
stand
black
desk
wall
now.
behind you?
Oh shit!
The
my
black
username.
wall?
Void. That's
Sorry,
the void.
my username's actually Aether Music. It changed back for some reason. Shit.
Yeah, I'm currently going to college right now, and it felt weird to go back to my house for the holidays, just because like it's familiar, but it's like I haven't been here in years, and it's like just been like a couple months.
Yeah, I was gone for like a few months, and I got used to Georgia, and then just coming back here, like on the airplane, was just a wild, kind of weird trip for me.
Are you
just being
planning
back
on,
in
like,
the city.
Are you planning on if you don't mind me asking, are you planning on trying to get like a dual citizenship with the United States? Or just kind of
I'm
go
working
back and
on
forth?
at least residency, and then we'll see if citizenship comes after that.
Right.
I'm not sure, but yeah, basically right now I'm like going through the process of applying as a alien with exceptional abilities. Just by saying
That's
like
funny.
I have people watch me, that means I'm important.
That sounds way more menacing.
Yeah, but I mean, like it seems like the easiest, best option for me. Yeah, I've heard it can take a while if you're like, even if you're like engaged or married to someone. So,
I think the minimum amount of time for somebody to like either immigrate or just like get like a dual citizenship is like at least 2 years. And quite honestly, the process is a little bit frustrating and very long. And because I think you have to like take tests and like take classes on like United States history just to like
for citizenship, yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah.
need to for residency.
Right. But but I always thought that that requirement was really really stupid, because it's like not like people that are born in America are not
Yeah,
going
they
to
don't
know
need to know that.
all of these things. Like I kind of realized that
Hey.
when Jay Leno was still doing I kind of realized this when Jay Leno was still doing his show, where he would ask random people on the streets like basic questions about the United States history, and they would just have no idea of who
Exactly.
something like they would show pictures of like certain politicians at the time, and they would just be like, "Oh, who's that?" And it's like
It's really
George
weird.
W. Bush.
It doesn't matter.
People know more about like fast food mascots than they do like U.S. presidents. Let's be real. Oh yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Cool Cat Studios. They say it's Twin Peaks Day, so I didn't know that.
Oh, why? Because it premiered or something on the 24th of February.
I didn't say it.
You mentioned mascots. I think there's actually a law in. I could be completely wrong about this, but I think there's a law in Mexico that bans the use of like cartoon mascots for like cereal, or just any like children's product.
That's
it's
true.
in a few countries.
That is interesting. I'm pretty sure when I think after the documentary Super Size Me, they most fast food mascots like went away, and I think the only one that stayed was Ronald McDonald, because okay, that's I see that
Olivia's thing. It's so menacing. It's your favorite thing for like the past month at least.
You've been using it for so much.
It's very weird.
It's true cinema. It's true cinema.
I mean, it kind of is.
There's a lot of like content on TikTok for some weird reason where it's like just a bunch of videos of people like cooking food, but doing it in like the worst and most cursed way possible. Like sometimes they'll I was watching one where they had like this huge like pile of ground beef that they would like create holes in them to like make it like to make like a smiley face, and then they would like dump like eggs in the eye holes, and then they would like cook it like a regular burger, and it's just
people are just intentionally making bad shit just to get attention.
Exactly. Exactly.
Making
People
shit for bad reviews. That's the gang.
like if you've ever gone on the subreddit stupid food, like all the posts there are just like
Oh yeah, I was just about to mention it.
Yeah, either it's like people that are like genuinely just stupid and making this food because they think it looks cool, or it's just like rage bait.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
What's up, Kiki? Your hand is up.
Yeah, so I was gonna mention stupid food too, but also in regards to the whole Mexico like fast food mascot and also cereals as well, I saw this interesting picture of a grocery store that actually has proprietary stickers for just slapping onto all the boxes to cover the mascots, and I just thought that was a really interesting thing that they did.
If anyone's curious, I am not trying to grow out my facial hair. It's that the airport lost my bag with my razor in it, and it's gonna come back. They're just
That's
like
cool.
It was in Toronto for like a few days, and now I look at the tile thing, my like AirTag Android thing, and it shows my bag is in Vancouver now. So it's weird that they haven't called me though, because they should call me and say, "Hey, we're gonna drop off your bag today." I don't know why they wouldn't today. It's weird that it would take like my flight was on the 22nd. It's now the 24th. And it was the bag was with all the other bags.
My birthday was earlier this week. I turned 21 this week, so that was fun.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thanks. It was earlier this Tuesday, and I finally tried my first beer yesterday. I tried a Blue Moon. How do people tolerate beer? I want to ask.
Thank you.
Blue Moon is good. Well, okay, okay, all right. Well, I would say you haven't found the right beer. It would be because beer is so versatile. If you can get like fruity beers, you can get like sours.
Go Belgian beers. Belgian beers are good generally.
My profile image isn't really working. I'll be back in a second trying to fix it.
That's fine.
Okay.
No rush. No worries.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a Blue Moon yesterday, and it was like the worst shit I've ever drank. I don't understand how anyone can tolerate beer, let alone. It's just like, I mean, at least the wings I had were delicious when I went to the restaurant, but I could not stand the beer I had. I got water afterwards.
That's funny. It's not a bad thing to not like alcohol. Alcohol.
Yeah,
can
the only
be
reason why I don't
very
drink
bad for you.
the only reason why I don't drink alcohol is because I just don't like carbonated drinks. I don't drink soda for the same reason.
I can drink sodas, but I can't do beers at all. I found that out yesterday because I just turned 21.
Right.
Super chat. Corinth, are you familiar with the Critical Drinker? Yes, I don't really watch their content. It's not really for me. Miguel, your hand is up. Hello. What's up? Oh, I don't hear you. Oh, there you are.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give a life update.
Sure.
I just did my first feature film. I just
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I worked on Borderlands last month.
What were you doing again?
Really?
I forget what department you were.
I was an office production assistant. And I worked on that for a month.
That's Eli Roth, right?
Yeah. Well, they just got Tim Miller to do reshoots, and I got to meet Tim Miller.
Oh, dope!
And
nice. How was he? Is he nice? Was he cool?
Well, I talked to him for half an hour. He was really, really nice to me. Yeah, he seems stressed out because he's got like this huge task of trying to finish this movie. And yeah, so it was a fun experience. I don't think the film's going to be fantastic. I don't think it's going to be all that good. It seems like it's kind of
try not to say too much about the production you worked on. There might be like, I don't know if someone would get like
non-disclosure agreements.
There's some NDA stuff that I'm not allowed to say, but it was a fun experience. Could you give it like 1 point up in your review because I worked on it? Like, can you be like, oh?
I will raise it from a 10 to an 11.
Are you familiar with the Borderlands game? Are you familiar?
I really enjoyed the The first and second game, and I never played the third. I would like to play them with Scoot at some point. I think he would.
Oh, really? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think you're doing Hi-Fi Rush on Sunday or something.
Were you familiar with it before you started working on the project?
What's weird is I'm actually from the town that the game was made in.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I'm in Frisco, Texas, and Gearbox is literally like 5 minutes away from my house. And I haven't played the games whatsoever until like a month ago. And I was like, oh, I now have to play the games. And it was weird. It was very serendipitous. I actually met one person who worked at my college. It was it was a weird event where it was like multiple aspects of my life like transfused into this thing. It was just weird.
You know, you're just reminding me because I'm kind of in a film major right now. I'm doing some film classes, and I think we got a visit from one of the visual effects artists working on of all movies, The Flash, the new one that's coming out, and that, I don't know, that was kind of cool to see their perspective.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Olivia.
Too bad I had to work with a bad person.
I saw that you gave My Year of Dicks a 9.
Yeah, it was awesome. I watched it on the plane.
I saw My Year of Dicks. That was I agree with Adam. It's awesome. I watched all the animated shorts. And
were they shorts before it was a short?
What?
Were they? Well, because you said you watched all the animated shorts. The copy I watched was like 5 chapters, 1 short. When you say all the do you mean the 5 chapters, or were different shorts before, or like what do you mean by that?
I mean, like I watched My Year of Dicks. I also watched
all the other nominees. Yeah,
I watched all 15 shorts in theaters in one afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Was Dicks your favorite?
My Year of Dicks was like the best one.
I like how a movie about dicks is full of shorts.
I actually also it caught my attention because I also gave it a 9 out of 10.
What
I gave it a 9 as well. I loved it.
What is it?
It's a short film, animated short film.
It might win best
Oscars.
What's the premise?
It's hard to describe the premise.
It's based off of a novel that someone, basically a woman who grew up, I guess she was in her teens in the early 90s. She published a book basically that was like her diary and like letters that she wrote to boys. And then much later, I guess like 30 years later, they adapted it into a short film and animated it and used some like old VHS footage she recorded for like a separate project. And it's basically just her trying to lose her virginity and just her experiences with dating people that didn't work out for her.
It's an adaptation of a real life diary?
Yeah.
Yeah, this person's about this girl who's like trying to get laid.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
It's great. This person signed off.
It's really like worth watching.
They're the writer.
It's on Hulu. If you
the animation is just so like cool and creative, and it just has such a awesome presentation to it.
That sounds awesome.
It is awesome. It's on Hulu if you're in the States, so you can watch it on Hulu right now if you want to. But it's only for like a limited time. But it'll go away on the 17th of March, and I think it's on Vimeo as well.
I watched it on Vimeo.
So
I think it was free
because I was just
yeah.
I also watched Oh, go ahead.
I'm glad I'm not alone in thinking an ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it was kind of lame. Like
it that was like a really unexplored concept.
Is this like the most successful movie adaptation of a fanfic?
Well, it's not really a fanfic.
It's only the second worst. Like
close enough, I
short,
think.
by the way,
but,
The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse is like by far the worst short.
Oh
out
shit!
Of all of them.
I agree.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I have. I did it.
Terrible.
It's
like
boring
the animation
as shit,
is gorgeous. It has really good animation,
oh,
but the
maybe I'll watch
writing
it on
made
stream.
me want to fucking hurl. Like, yeah, watch it on stream. It's like abysmal. I gave it a 2.
Wasn't 50 Shades of Grey originally a fanfic? Would that be the most?
It was written
that
on
would be the most. That would be the most successful one, probably.
Yes,
fair enough. But
it's such a successful fanfic; it became its own thing.
I mean, I guess
franchise.
I guess that's a different criteria for successful. Because I mean, is that movie any good, or is it just
successful?
I will never find out. Alexander, what's up?
Oh, it's my turn. Hi. So I got, if people are telling news about themselves, then something pretty awesome happened recently. I got accepted into a film class at a university. The semester starts in October, but
dope.
Yeah, but and the thing is, I thought I was supposed to do, because in my country there's I don't know what to call it, some kind of aptitude test. It's called a psychometric test. I don't know what's it called in English, but I thought I was supposed to do it because so many people in my country are doing it in order to be accepted into university, and apparently my grades are good enough so that I don't have to do it. I just have to do some test in English, which shouldn't be a problem because my English is pretty good. So it was a surprise that I got accepted on that condition that I do that test, and it's pretty cool. I'm really glad. And
congrats!
It's a course on. Thank you. It's going to be a course on analyzing film, and I want to thank you, Adam, for not only making great videos and helping me get into the world of film, but specifically into the world of artful film, art films, more obscure stuff. Because before I watched you, I didn't really know much about more obscure stuff. I knew about mainstream films, but thanks to you, I know about like Michael Haneke and more obscure, even stuff that's more obscure than him. So I want to thank you because you've inspired me, and now I might become a film critic. I don't know.
Awesome.
But
thank you so much.
Awesome, and
that's
great.
So
cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I really appreciate it.
Sounds like Cool Cat.
And if we're still on me, then it's in my country, it's the season where all of the good films from the year before are coming out. So I saw a bunch of stuff in theaters, and the most recent one was The Banshees of Inisherin. Now, I don't agree with you, Adam, on Three Billboards.
Sure.
I like In Bruges. Seven Psychopaths was fine. I go with you on those two. Three Billboards, I agreed with you when I first saw it, but that was 2017. I was like 15. And rewatching it, I think that I won't get into it, but I didn't like it very much. And I think that The Banshees of Inisherin, everything that Three Billboards could have been and should have been, and so much more. It balances the comedy and the drama and the sort of brutality of both the emotional side and the physical side so much better than Three Billboards, in my opinion. I think
they're going for like very different things, but yeah, I hear you. I just think that they're like very different.
But tonally, I don't think so. I mean, it's the same guy.
I mean, yeah, it's the same voice, but I feel like all of his movies have been like different enough to justify, their existences.
Yeah, but he still has his own trademark style. And I think that a lot of his films, they balance violence and comedy and drama. And sometimes it really works. I think Banshees is his best film. And I don't think it worked too well in Three Billboards. And I that's the thing. I'm not a very talkative guy. And I also, I always mark my diary on Letterboxd, the films I watch, but I rarely leave reviews. Oh, good image, Salamander.
Yeah.
Thank you. I made this after watching The Fabelmans.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
That's pretty.
You can't criticize that film without criticizing his entire legacy, apparently. So I see why people like it so much.
Let's see what it. I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, go on, Alexander.
Yeah, and what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm not a very talkative person, so I have to work on sort of phrasing my opinions and what I think and why. I think I'm better than I think I'm better at analyzing film than sort of the average moviegoer, but that's not really saying a lot. And that's something I have to work on, which is why part of the reason I'm going to college, to university, to learn and to structure my opinions and my voice better.
Yeah, I mean, like as long as you're critical of yourself, you can find ways to improve,
Yeah, Yeah, and also most of what I know from criticism is from YouTube, and I want to know more about people like Roger Ebert or Pauline Kael, or maybe lesser known critics. I know that some famous directors were film critics in the past, like Truffaut, Argento, and Bertolucci were all critics. And that's something that I want to study more, and I hope that's part of the course that I'm going to be part of. And if not, that's fine. I just want to study what I enjoy, what interests me, because I already enjoy analyzing and watching a lot of film.
I hope it works out. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
A super chat. Assume I heard what happened to Shea Frillas. Yes, it's very sad, but I'm glad that they seem to be doing somewhat better in ways at this point. So
they just uploaded a video, so they're recovering.
Yeah, I just watched that.
I didn't see. Kiet?
Yeah. Are you still living in Vancouver, or have you moved in with your boyfriend in, was it Georgia?
I am.
Or you kind of in both?
I am legally living in Vancouver.
Right. Are you there now? Because I think the background.
I'm in Vancouver at the moment for the next month, and then I'm back in Georgia for a bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I assume the Oscars live stream is still with Gael and Scoot.
Yep.
That's still happening. Hell yeah. Cool. Awesome. That's fun. Cheers. Thank you.
I think we might try adding Shay this year. Shay might be down.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah. That sounds awesome.
Nice.
We're gonna have to figure out a format.
Who's Shay? Sorry.
He is only true OG YMS fans know who Shay is. He's from the old videos like Toy Story 3 and Drive Quickie, and
I'm sure I've heard the name, but yeah, I'm just not super.
Yeah,
what was the deal with the background of you guys all doing that?
I don't know. It was just fucking being weird. It was just the friends were there, and I was like, "Let me use you for this." Do a weird thing.
Nice.
I think I'm actually going to be able to like watch the Oscars this year, because now that I'm in my own apartment and they have cable here, I can actually watch it. But because
they should just let you buy it on YouTube for like $2 for the whole show. You know?
Well, here's the thing. So like my household are cord cutters, so we don't have cable anymore. We just like use streaming services. We have like local channels, but not anything that the Oscars would play on. I think they're doing on ABC in the United States.
ABC. Yeah, ABC.
Yeah, we don't have that where I live. So, and every time I've like tried to figure out if there's ways I could watch it online, like I would go on the Oscars website and it'd be like, watch them live, and then I would click on it, and then it would ask me for a TV provider.
Exactly.
And it's like, what is the point? I don't have TV. I want to watch your show.
It wants you to subscribe to cable to watch it on the internet, which defeats the point.
If I subscribe to cable, then what's the point of watching it online? I don't get it.
There is no point.
That is weird. What about like?
If the Oscars want to increase their viewership,
there's no good reason why they shouldn't let people watch it online. If they wanted more money, they could be making more money. They just don't want more money.
At the same time, though, this is not really a problem with the Oscars themselves. Like a lot of sporting events do this too. Like I can't watch the NFL, for example, online. I would have to like do it through other apps.
There's places you can find streams that are not legal, but
the thing that I don't get with sports, it's weird because like they want you to be watching it. Whereas the Oscars, it's just a bunch of celebrities doing it for themselves anyway. Like, why not just put it up? It's a vanity thing mostly anyway, right?
As much as the Game Awards suck, they at least live stream their stuff on YouTube and Twitch. So maybe the Oscars should do the same thing.
I mean, they should, but they're just stupid. They don't know how to make.
Yeah, more people would watch, and
people would watch it. The Will Smith.
There's zero reasons why they shouldn't do that.
I'm just imagining a world where like the Oscars were actually streaming live on Twitch, and then the Will Smith slap happened.
Yeah,
I raised my hand for this actually. So I raised my hand. Did you guys see? I posted this on the subreddit about the fact that there's apparently a crisis team that's going to be working underground in case of another Will Smith slap happens.
In case he shows back up.
Yeah, he's the new boogeyman of the Oscars.
Wouldn't
The
that just be
Phantom of the
security?
Oscars.
Like that just sounds like a fancy word of saying security.
Yeah, I don't know. They're
There's
pretending
just
to say that they're addressing any potential issues that would happen this year. When it's like, okay,
Just trying to cover
it doesn't
their
matter.
It's gonna be like Suicide Squad.
You
They
should have
put
just,
chips
like-
in all their heads, and then they just like hit a trigger if someone walks on stage.
How could the Oscars have happened for like 70 fucking years or some shit, and you didn't already have, I don't know, security? Like, what do you mean? What's different?
Oh,
Like, you
didn't.
what?
It's
You
because they
had
don't allow
security, but it
peasants
was
in
Will
there.
Smith, so nobody did anything. Is what
It was
really
celebrity
happened.
on celebrity violence.
It's because there's no poor
They didn't
people
know what to
at the
do.
event. It's just rich people.
Yeah, they were trying to.
don't-
The security is for the poor people, but if a rich person goes up and slaps somebody, then it's fine.
What do you do
This says a
now?
lot about society.
Did you see
Like
like
an episode
Will
of Gravity
Smith
Falls.
like sexually harassing Margot Robbie? Did you see that clip that
What?
got posted? Like on the set of the Suicide Squad, he was like sharing a deep fake of her on like a porn actor's body. It was like on his
No.
phone, and he was just sharing it around the buzz,
Wow,
Oh,
that sucks.
That's
which is like
bad.
really
That's
crazy
so
because like
bad.
if he's such a defender of women, you know, like I don't know why he would do that.
Will Smith.
That sounds like something Jared Leto would have done.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
it's kinda
career
crazy.
Suicide Squad.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I hate Will Smith. I don't believe that he would have done anything like that.
Well, let's see. Let's see if I can find it.
Even after he
Yeah, I'm
fucked
just
up,
am-
Please link it. I
Yeah,
can't find it now.
slapped
I
the
would
shit
not be surprised if
Well-
that was Jared Leto, but Will Smith that's kind of weird.
It is
Jesus
kind of weird.
Christ.
You know,
That's
the
I'm
just
only
not
thing
surprised
that
by
Will,
anything
Oh,
rich
it's like a
people do
7-second
anymore.
video.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess props for props to
Yeah, it's
Jared
not
Leto for
even.
not
Yeah,
doing that.
I'm even double checking to make sure it wasn't like photoshopped or
'cause,
anything.
like,
it's fine.
that was
Let's see if I can find the
2017,
Reddit
right?
post here. Sorry.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine
that's
the
that-
the train?
Oh, you found the Reddit
Is that-
post?
And I'm
Think
like,
so, yeah.
I'm just sitting here thinking perhaps we treated
It's
Jared
it's
Leto
not
too
safe for
much.
work, by the way. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
like 7 seconds long. I'm just
Okay,
gonna mute.
Quick
Okay, I
question
found
though,
it.
because did this happen in 2017? Because I thought
yeah,
deepfakes
yeah.
because I thought deepfakes didn't really become a
Oh
thing
no, they
until,
did.
around
I mean, like,
2018.
well, Okay, what he's showing is a still image, so it's just somebody photoshopped her face onto a porn star body. So maybe I shouldn't have used the word deepfake.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
what I was confused about, 'cause pretty
I'm
sure they didn't-
posting this in the chat of this call, but if you're under 18, don't click on it. I don't think anyone in this call is, but just it's not safe
I mean,
for
I
work.
just turned
It's on
21,
Reddit.
so I don't give.
It's on
Yeah.
Reddit, so theoretically, the not safe for work filter on Reddit would prevent you from accessing it without an account anyway. So, but yeah, that's literally like he's just. Yeah, he's just sharing around Margot Robbie pornographic image Photoshop like on the bus. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's so stupid. Why,
Oh.
Will?
He's kind of he's kind of a not just a hypocrite, but just kind of a piece of shit, you know.
I
Oh my
know
God.
this is really bad, but I just like how the video ended with that one girl going like,
Yeah. He's
I
so
can't believe I've never
detached.
seen that
The
before.
problem is just that he's detached from reality. I feel like I don't know
Gravity.
how many celebrities get to that level of fame without staying grounded at all, you know? There's very few.
It's quite fascinating. Yeah. It's very fascinating.
Yeah.
it's difficult, I think, sometimes to like
Yeah, 100%.
keep them in
Oh
check
God.
because like they have such like imagine
Surrounding
trying to
yourself
fire,
with
like,
just people that suck your dick all the time. And
Yeah,
nobody
and
says
like,
anything
imagine-
bad to you.
It's the George Lucas problem. You're filling yourself with yes men.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's it.
but it's like imagine trying to like fire somebody like Will Smith on the set of Suicide Squad for
Yeah.
something like that, and then that would become like a huge news.
I mean, you would at least want to like, I don't know, talk to him. Just be like, hey, maybe don't do that. Miguel, your hand is
You
up.
gotta imagine the. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was wondering, this is kind of a segue. It's kind of a little off topic,
Mhm.
but I was wondering if you think that there's going to be like a renaissance of like video game adaptations, because it seems like The Last of Us is changing up things with the whole every video game adaptation sucks.
But The Last of Us had a great story beforehand. The Last of Us was a video game that might as well have been a series. Whereas you take, I don't know, like Uncharted, you have to fuck with some things, really.
Mario, you have to like
you could make something out of Uncharted, but it's just not that solid or tight of a story. It's most video games are, the story comes second.
Most video games have to like work their story in with the gameplay just to kind of make sense. Like probably a good example I can bring up is how in every single Metroid game, when Samus like lands in the initial area that she's like gonna just explore for the rest of the game. I don't know if anybody here knows much about Metroid games, but
I wanted to get Metroid
what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
I wanted whatever.
Yeah, but like in almost every single game, she has like all of her powers or like all of like the equipment that she got from like previous games. But then like as soon as she lands on a planet, like, oh no, all my stuff are gone, or all my upgrades are gone.
Yeah.
I have to get them back. Like the whole plot of, and I spoilers for Metroid Dread, but the whole introduction.
No, don't spoil it. I haven't played it yet.
No spoilers.
Okay.
I haven't spoiled it. I haven't played it either.
I have the game. I don't know.
I won't say anything, but I'll just say like they very much stretched the reasoning why Samus just didn't have any powers when she started off the game, and for a video game, just to kind of like set up that premise, it's not terrible. I mean, in a story structure way, it kind of is just stupid, but otherwise, like, how else are you gonna have the game?
They did at least attempt at a story in that game. Like they definitely tried to address that.
Oh yeah, like
criticism at least.
I'm not saying that Metroid is like terrible at storytelling. I'm just saying like they have to make a few sacrifices with some logic, and not just with Metroid, but just with most games in general, to kind of justify like why, like why does Peach always get captured by Bowser in every single Mario?
Because she wants to.
Yeah, exactly.
And the movie Luigi's getting captured.
Yeah, like it happens because they want to have a game.
Well, back in the day, they left up to your imagination. They want you to fill in the blanks, and that was kind of part of the appeal too. It's like you can discuss your theories with your friends.
Well, you can argue that games like Mario have a status quo and there is no official timeline, so you can just do whatever you want. But I don't think that Legend of Zelda, for example, should have an official timeline. I just like the idea of every single game being a reimagining of the previous one, rather than every single game being connected to the other in some way.
It's super forced.
It could exist in a completely separate universe. Like it doesn't have to have like a timeline sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it's in the title. It's The Legend of Zelda. Like it already speaks for itself. And then they tried to shoehorn in a timeline when it was never intended, and now it's a freaking mess.
So what you guys are saying is basically The Last of Us was kind of like a fluke. Like
it was not really.
We'll see. I mean, they could always make a great adaptation of other stuff. I don't know.
Well, another thing
I think the problem with video game adaptations is just that the people adapting the video games, A, don't play video games or don't care about video games, and B, they're just made
Neil
for money.
Druckmann adapted
They're not made
the
for
game
any sort of
for The Last of Us.
artistic intent.
But another reason being that they don't use any of the well-known video game elements in a creative way and to justify it in the movie logically. Kind of like how Sonic the Hedgehog films explained that the reason why Sonic is collecting these rings is so that they can transport you to other worlds, just anytime, just like that.
There is a really funny parody timeline for the Mario franchise where every single time like they branch out to like a different timeline, it's like the most insane thing ever. Like how in if for whatever reason the stork in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, where like apparently the stork did not return the children to the right address, like that spawned all these other games. But it's not official, but it's kind of funny how it went through like such I don't know. It's obviously a joke, but I'm trying to find it right now. I'm trying to find like a good.
No, I think that in Yoshi's New Island it begins with, "Oh no, we returned the babies to the wrong address." I think that's literally part of the Mario.
Oh yeah. Here's one of them. In Yoshi's Island 2, so the timeline starts with Yoshi's Island, and one of the branches says Yoshi is defeated. Mario is raised by the Koopa. Mario unifies the Mushroom Kingdom, and that's why we have Mario Sports.
Weird.
I think adapting a video game should be a good challenge and could be done well for like for a movie or a TV show. It's just that The Last of Us is it's so easy because like what Adam said,
it's
always
it might as
like
well be
that.
already.
It's more of a challenge to do something like Mario or Sonic when it's more open to interpretation. But Last of Us was made to kind of scratch that itch.
Anyways,
what about stuff like
real quick though? Sorry, real quick. I posted the unofficial timeline if anyone wants to look at it. It's really funny.
I was gonna say, sorry.
If you want to say one last thing, I was just gonna get to some of the.
I was gonna just say, what about stuff like Arcane or the Cyberpunk anime on Netflix? Does that stuff count as good adaptations, or because they're based on video games technically?
I mean, I haven't finished
actually
Arcane,
pretty damn good. I like both the games and the Castlevania show. I think they're good.
Hell yeah.
Castlevania show is fucking dope.
Oh yeah, that did turn out really good.
That meme, though. Wait, can I quickly make that joke that I saw about Salamander's meme?
Sure.
It was just an impression of Mario Brothers, but it's a me, CP, that is. What do you mean I'm not Kevin Spacey?
Oh.
I get it.
Nico, your hand is up. What's up?
I just wanted to ask Adam, what I'm planning on getting a 4K Blu-ray player, and I was just curious, what brand should I get? Should I get Sony or Samsung or LG?
I don't know if I have a specific recommendation. It seems like, honestly, like the previous gen consoles were really bad at playing 4K Blu-rays. If you already have like a PS5 or a Series X, sorry, not Series X, yeah, wait, is it called Series? It is called Series X.
It is called Series X.
If you have either of those play 4K Blu-rays just fine. Beyond that, the only thing that I was really considering when I got my standalone Blu-ray player was if it was also region-free for regular Blu-rays, which it is. I would have to look up which brand I got, but I don't know. That might be something to ask on like the 4K Blu-ray subreddit.
I was just curious. Oh, sorry. Just curious how you got the Quiet Girl Blu-ray, even though it hasn't been
I went to Amazon.co.uk and then shipped it to Canada.
Oh,
the white Blu-ray.
The Quiet Girl.
I just want to add that it's also available to stream on this Australian TV and film website called SBS On Demand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
VPN.
That's an awesome website, but it's with ads.
That is.
Is that the Quiet Girl? Okay.
Yeah, that's a Quiet Girl. It's available to stream over there in Australia.
Yeah, Australia. Our channel SBS is the one that's responsible for like the foreign films, so that makes sense, I guess. Cool.
Yeah. Also want to add that I'm pretty sure The Fabelmans won't win at the Oscars because it didn't do well at the box office.
It didn't?
Yeah. According to IMDb, that's what I read. It's not able to make back its $40 million budget.
Good.
That's funny.
I hope it doesn't win anything. Just on principles.
I guess people don't care about Oscar baiting movies anymore. They rather see challenging films.
I mean, so when I called it like a crowd pleasing movie, I was in a crowd of very pleased people. I was in a film festival crowd, and they had like 11 different screenings for it at TIFF. It won the audience award, right? So that enforced my perspective of like people, and that particular crowd of people in regarding that film. But yeah, I in terms of like a huge mass appeal of like people being like, oh yeah, we got to see The Fabelmans tonight, bro. Like I I have no idea. I think that if it won
you
Best
seen
Picture, more
Fabelman?
people would see it. I don't think it. I would be disappointed if it won Best Picture. I don't think it should.
Same.
I don't
It
think
shouldn't.
it will.
It should go to either Everything Ever All at Once or Banshees. Those two I could see winning, or maybe I want Tar to win also, but I don't think that's gonna win.
I
I'm very
love
much
Tar's my
expecting
favorite
Tars.
movie of the year. I don't want it to win because then people would just
Why?
because then if it won the Oscar, then there would be this huge like contrarian like what the hell is this dumb piece of shit, and everyone
You're
would just hate
enabling
it. No one would.
It's not gonna win. I don't think. I think
I don't think it
Everything
will.
Ever All at Once is gonna win. To be honest,
yeah,
that's my
that seems like the
Everything
most
Ever
likely.
All
Wait, I've seen it,
or
and it's
Top
weird
Gun
that it's
Maverick.
nominated for so many Oscars. Sorry,
is, but-
Mr. Rishi.
Nah, you're fine. I think it'll win because it's like it's simultaneously accessible but also really weird, and it's something that you don't see a lot. And I think that's why they're gonna give it to that
I
film.
think it's it is the movie
a
that
once in a
everybody
5-year
seemed to
thing.
really like, and that the last time that happened was Parasite in that one. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
This the reception for this movie feels very much like Parasite.
yeah,
Well, my mom saw it and she hated it, so I know.
Oh, well,
I saw this movie with my mom and she loved it too. Or
still
sure
gonna
she
show it
loved
to
it.
my parents.
I was like, as I was watching it, I was like, when I don't want to say anything that happens in the movie, even though it's
Sure.
been a while, but like
Hint at it.
there were certain scenes in the movie where I was like, I hope my mom doesn't judge me for bringing her to see this film. You know, she had a great time.
The trophies.
I'm gonna watch it
yeah, I was
tonight.
gonna say
The trophies,
cool.
yes,
Have fun, Taylor.
that was absolutely the one scene that was like,
I saw Cocaine Bear yesterday, and the audience loved it. They were like laughing and clapping it out.
Yeah.
There's so many scenes.
I expect it to do well. Cocaine Bear seems like a perfectly acceptable movie to watch. I'll be seeing it in about a week.
I saw it yesterday as part of my like going out and for my 21 birthday kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
a
nice.
celebration where I had the beer and the beer was disgusting, but I had fun.
Should have done cocaine.
one thing
Should have
that's
ate the bear.
one fact about
Beer Bear.
There's
Yeah.
one fact about Cocaine Bear that I haven't really seen very many people talk about. I'm sure you probably don't know this, Adam, because you don't really follow TikTok. But there was like a bunch of viral TikToks from this one dude who was like basically, I'm trying to think how to describe it. He was basically making these.
Charlie.
Yeah, they were basically TikToks of somebody like
Customer
responding
service
to
thing.
Yeah, the customer service
Yeah,
TikToks.
I've seen
yeah.
that guy. He's in the movie.
Yeah. I when I watched the trailer, I saw him. I was like, "Whoa, that's cool."
Yeah, he's funny.
And then from the trailer, it didn't seem like he did a bad job. Although I'm not really planning on seeing the movie, so can't really.
But
say.
how are the effects on the bear?
The bear actually looked not that bad at all. It looked convincing for what it was going for. I don't know. I don't know how they did the effects. I'm sure. I think it was a mocap suit combined with like having like on set they had like a
god
a taxidermy bear.
It gave me Kangaroo Jack vibes. Big Kangaroo Jack.
Are they gonna have a cut of the movie where it's just some dude in a bear costume pretending?
I would love to see that. That would be awesome if they did that. If they did that.
Yeah.
Release that cut, you cowards.
Aether Muse, your hand is up. What's up?
Oh, 3 things I want to say is that first of all, has anyone seen the cartoon that my profile pic is right now? It was on the Disney.
Nope. I know what it is.
Is it literally
but-
called Quack Pack?
Yes, it was going to be called Duck Days, but
Whoa.
it's Quack Pack. It's the show where Donald Duck's nephews are teenagers, and they try to make them more distinct and more cool and hip.
Weird.
It was 1996 after all.
Didn't they try to do that with Rugrats? They
they
had like
did.
all grown up, yeah.
all
grown up.
Grown up with you.
Yeah, I never.
Oh,
I'm not a huge
Yogi
Rugrats
Bear?
person, but I'm not a huge Rugrats person. But I just never cared for All Grown Up at all. Like
Yeah.
That is good.
The first episode of Quack Pack's about them being turning into superheroes to avoid cleaning their room,
Oh no.
and they call Donald Uncle D.
Uncle D's nuts.
Oh no.
Did they ginger swap Dewey?
No, they're all males, but they're voiced by women still.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of like younger boys in animation are usually voiced by women. Like Bart Simpson's voiced by a woman, for example.
Yeah.
Timmy Turner is voiced by a woman.
teenagers
Tara
are hard to
Strong.
voice.
Even
Yeah, exactly.
Phil, the Phil and Lil, Phil's still voiced by the same woman who voices Lil as well, and all grown up. Even though he's a male.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, it just depends on the voice range.
Also, I saw your reaction to the trailer for Space Jam 2.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
That's an old video.
The movie's been out for over 2 years, I think.
I liked the part where
Wait till you see the reaction to Space Jam 2.
I liked the part where you left.
Yes.
You just got up and left.
Like, without a word. Like you're gonna, I'm gonna take.
That was how the highlight ended.
It was a
reaction
very bad
was-
movie.
Your reaction was pretty much justified.
I think so.
was once excited for a movie, but then I saw your reaction to it, and then with the context of why you don't like it, I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I have a question, Adam.
Yes.
Quick one. Which one is the cringier movie, Space Jam: A New Legacy or Free Guy?
Ooh.
At least, I think
Good one.
I would personally, I would say Free Guy is the more cringier one, just because, or sorry, Space Jam is the more cringier one because at least with Free Guy, it can be funny, like funny bad, but I feel like Space Jam 2 is just like unbearably cringe.
I mean,
like,
Space Jam.
Works.
Space Jam 2, I think, was more cringe. It's weird.
Would it be?
You
say
gave
that?
Free Guy a higher rating though. You gave it like a 2. Space Jam's
maybe-
a 1.
Exactly.
Like Space Jam had more cringy moments overall, back like coming at you, but the concept of Free Guy is as a whole maybe cringier, but not.
I'm just.
many moments.
I don't know how you can fuck
here's-
up Space Jam that bad. Because when you already
I
have the
think-
blueprint and it's just like, this is all you have to do. Like, just do this. And then they fuck
At the
it up.
same time as well, like Free Guy is kind of like in the same vein of like Ready Player One, where it's just like throwing a bunch of references at you. Like at least it kind of makes sense, even though it's still stupid. But Space Jam 2, just,
Yeah,
I don't think it
everything's
had
a
any
reference
reason
movie
to.
now.
Yeah, it had absolutely no justification to be a reference movie, and it very much shows.
Mm-hmm.
When the first Space Jam came out, was it real well received, or did people?
I mean, it defined a generation. It was like a crazy cultural phenomenon. The soundtrack was like the top of the charts.
We were kids.
Yeah, but
but
everybody
did
was
you, like-
listening to the sound. It was like one of the best-selling soundtracks of all time. It made a lot of money, and everybody was talking about it. It doesn't matter if we were kids. It was like a huge thing.
It was a furry awakening for a lot of people.
It was a furry awakening.
Yeah,
They
it was
didn't
a
need to
big
draw
movie.
Lola like that, just saying.
They didn't need to do a lot of things.
They didn't need Daffy
They-
Duck kissing
They
his
didn't
own
need to make the
asshole.
movie, but they did it anyway. So.
Mm-hmm. Aether
I know-
Muse, you had some more stuff you wanted to say?
One more thing I was gonna say is
Sure.
like, I am not a fan of Inside Out personally. It's not my favorite Pixar movie, but I am kind of interested to see where they go with Inside Out 2.
Are they making a second one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
are.
are.
They are.
Next
Called
year, I
Elemental.
think, is coming out.
AKA the I Love Disney So Much convention.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the
So the girl
D23.
in the
Yeah.
Disney.
I'm just checked out of at Pixar. Like
Yeah.
I used to go to every single Pixar movie in theaters ever since I was born, but then I was just like, this just feels like a chore now.
Yeah, same.
Lightyear was so boring. I didn't like
Worse.
Lightyear at all.
I actually checked out like on Onward. Like that was,
Mhm.
I mean, to be fair, that was when the pandemic started up, so I couldn't see it in theaters anyway. But I was like, I wasn't even interested in seeing that anyways. So, but
Lightyear.
Salman, sir, where do you have all these wonderful pictures?
My
Where
hard
do you
drive.
in her meme folder.
I've accumulated this
The homework
from
folder.
editing for so long.
Yeah.
It's you should have
Lightyear
it
sounds
backed
like-
up somewhere. They're very valuable.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Print them out.
That's like
Get
the
a
worst
physical
thing I
copy.
Make
have.
stickers and place them around town.
Turn them into a shirt.
I remember, like, I was gonna say, Lightyear sounds like it was a wet fart of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Have you
also,
seen it yet, Adam?
Sorry, no, I didn't
Have you?
watch Lightyear.
Okay.
why would he watch it? He's not interested in.
Lightyear was
Pixar.
boring. I mean, Now
It doesn't even feel like Pixar. Like, who cares? It's just it's a nothing movie. It's Toy Story. It's not even Toy Story. It's like you can't
now
even.
We're getting Toy Story 5. So
I don't even know what it is.
Bring
It just looks so boring.
But yeah, I'm interested to see where they go with Inside Out 2 because it's going to tackle the teenage years and all that. Like
Inside Out 2 could work, I
teenager.
think.
Yeah.
Utopia 2 can also work as well, but then you get like in Frozen 3, I can understand why they're doing that because it's just like money, sure. And then Toy Story 5, I'm just like, you already ended the series twice. Why do it again?
Yeah,
I like how the last two Toy Story films ended with like Woody separating from somebody that was like very close to him. At this point, in Toy Story 5, he only has Bo Peep. So is he gonna end the movie with a divorce?
He's gonna split in half. He's gonna walk away from himself. It's gonna be very symbolic for
I'll be done with you. As much as I'm like, do not make a sequel to Toy Story, another one. We do not need a fifth fucking one. I was like, there could be a purpose for Inside Out too, you know, just to show like Riley growing up and all that. Just show like years how they depict it.
Yeah. At this point, I just want to see if they'll like actually go that angle where they're like, Woody's just gonna like just get separated from Bo Peep forever. And
whatever happens to that,
he's gonna die alone.
Remember that? I think I sent Sonics the clip of Toy Story 5's Adam's pitch where he said that the Toy Story 5 should be just Andy with a cum jar and he put Mr. Potato Head in it.
No.
Other ways.
Potato.
That was Adam that said that.
To have a quick.
Yeah, I sent Sonics the clip. It was from the Lion King highlight that.
I understand this is a very, it's a very I don't know what the word is, but I'm pretty sure that isn't there like a famous like 4chan post where it talked about like something with Jesse and
yeah,
I don't want to describe the details.
Yeah,
no,
understood that
it didn't involve a jar, but it was like
I did the same thing.
Like somebody did it on Jesse, and
oh no,
they had to like Andy would like leave the room after doing it, and then all the toys would have to like comfort her because she knows that if she tries to wipe it off, and when Andy comes back, like seeing her face just completely clear, and
that is the most
Is there a way?
Trying to
I'm so sorry for bringing up the topic of cum jars.
I thought that there was a way to.
Don't apologize. It's a wonderful discussion.
So someone alerted me that one of the parts that was supposed to be in the uncensored edit somehow made it into the censored edit. I don't know how that happened. Is there a way to just mute the audio in the YouTube editor?
Is it the video or audio that
it's just the audio
censored? Oh, okay. I think there's like a video editing.
I might just cut the part.
Well, I think there is a way to like mute audio, but I don't know if that's like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to trim the spot, I guess.
I don't know if that's
I think you know which part of the Congo Adam and Balzi made.
Yeah, it's either I do this
exactly
or I
Yeah, I don't know if it's like
the video,
only reserved for like copyrighted music or anything, but I know that like you can add a blur effect to a video.
Sorry.
Whatever.
In fact, sometimes I do a couple of video uploads on YouTube once in a while for a different channel, and occasionally like whenever we upload something that's like over an hour long and 60 frames per second, and it's also they're 4K, YouTube just won't process it after like a certain point. And it's really frustrating because like sometimes they take like hours or days to upload, and we found out that one way to get around this was to just like use one of the YouTube editing features. Like one thing that I found was like if you just add like one of those blur effects or just like trim like 2 frames off of the end of the video, that will force
jumping out of the World Trade Center,
like start the reprocessing session over again, and sometimes it works. And it's
that I do the same thing,
like
jumping out of the world.
There's no
This is
feature for YouTube to be like, oh, we found out that this video never finished processing. Do you want to try to restart it? Like,
I like that. I do the same thing, like jumping out of the. Yeah. This is
second.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just trimming that spot, and I've
I mean,
cut
when I
it,
did the Toy Story 5 cum jar clip, I used the YouTube clip editor and stuff.
Original version, blah, 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 blah. And then after I save it, I think I'll have to redo the ad breaks. So, yeah, I guess whenever that's processed. That's so annoying. I'm now opening, like, my project to see, like, did I even export it that way? Because I usually I have this shit down. That's so annoying.
Well, I'm sorry for interrupting you guys. I'm laughing like the guy, the villain from Amusement right now, just thinking about a new profile picture I'm putting on. I'm really sorry.
That's all right.
Why?
All right.
The whole way through.
Kia, your hand is up. What's up?
Yep, I'll be the last thing I ask.
Sure.
What's your thoughts on the Last of Us TV show so far?
I've seen episodes 1 through 4, and I like it a lot. Yeah, I think it's awesome. It's a really great show.
Yeah, cool. I feel the same. Hey.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be catching up on those at some point in the next few weeks, I guess. How many episodes are out now? Like 6?
Six, 7's airing in like 2 days, I think. So yeah.
What's your biggest criticism, if any?
Why would it? Well, in episode 3 they used like a pre-existing song from like another thing, and I was like, why?
Arrival.
I don't want to. Yeah.
I felt that too. That violin song.
Yeah, like the rest of the music in the entire show is so great from Gustavo. So why?
A pre-existing like instrumental song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the violin song. It's used in Arrival as well. That's what I immediately thought of that. I'm like,
at what point?
At the very end. Towards the end.
Okay. I didn't
during
even
like
notice.
a crucial montage.
Yep.
That's weird.
It's like, and it's so annoying because it's like the cheat code music too. It's like as manipulative as, you know. Remember what was it called? The Sunshine soundtrack?
Sunshine?
Yeah. It's you might as well put that there.
Yeah, agree.
You mean like the dun 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 dun
No.
dun dun? Oh, sorry. Sorry, I only know that.
Eternal Sunshine?
I only know that song because I watched the trailer yesterday.
Oh, I know what happened.
Terrible,
I know
terrible.
exactly what happened with that edit. Fuck. Yeah. It's because it was So when you group items in, this is going to sound like nonsense to most of you. When you group items in FCPX, so you have like, I had like 2 audio tracks, I grouped them together, and then I had 2 different projects, and I removed the censor edit for one of the projects, but it was within the same group, and the group, basically it's just like a shortcut to one thing, so it wasn't actually 2 different projects for that. So there's like 2 audio edits of something that should have been censored, and they got through, and now I'm trying to figure out what the second one was. So that's really annoying. Shit. Sorry about that.
I'm laughing. Palm Tree. Has anyone seen a YouTube channel called Palm Tree?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Well, it's a really creepy YouTube channel, but it's also like really entertaining. Like,
I watched that channel. It's all right, but I feel like a lot of their videos are very repetitive. Like,
I'm sorry.
What's the channel called?
Damn it!
If I play a short clip on here because it has like a clarinet version of All Star in it.
Oh, it's so annoying that happened. Sorry, everybody, that I'm half distracted.
No, it's all right. No, it's all right.
Just
good,
needed my attention.
I think that channel's trying to go for the same kind of vibe as like that one Jimmy Neutron video that was going around on YouTube
pizza
a while
is
ago.
aggressive.
Yeah, the pizza one. Yeah.
I'm asking Adam if it's okay if I play a short clip from it, because I don't know if All Star from this video that I want to share with you guys.
What's the? I mean, we're live streaming to YouTube. I don't know if it's copyright claimed.
It's a clarinet version of All Star, basically.
Oh, I don't even know if audio would. Oh, if you're sharing it in the chat, that's fine.
Okay,
yeah.
This is it.
I just wasn't sure if you were gonna like stream it from your thing.
Yes.
I'll show you.
I'll show you real music.
Oh, we are hearing it.
Why?
All right.
Perfect. Sorry, Olivia. Perfect picture switch.
Yeah, it captures the mood.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I'm sorry. I felt...
Rishi, what's up?
Fine.
Look, speaking of Arrival, out of all the films that we are excited for 2023, all I can say is this. Do you think Denis Villeneuve can make it boom with Dune Part 2?
I mean, he's perfectly capable, so yeah. I'll have to see what it's like when it's out. That's this year, right?
Yeah, Dune Part 2 was in November.
I thought you said Doom, like they were making a new Doom movie.
No.
Oh no.
Dune. What's the difference? They both have sand.
I can't believe you can't just make like a simple audio mute in the YouTube video editor. Like I have to like actually just cut the word out, which also makes it like jump in the video. That's really annoying.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it's like it's not like you're.
And now I have to wait for it to be finished processing before I can make the second edit because I didn't realize there was a second one I needed to change.
Oh, and I'm not sure if you see the background I'm using just for the punchline of this question.
Oh no!
I basically did fan art of Denis. I wanted to do like a series of fan art called "Sexy Versions of Denis Villeneuve," themed around all of his movies. This one is Blade Runner 2049, where he's basically Joy.
Oh, I see. That's great.
Oh, is it like the giant woman?
Yep.
Giant enormous.
So this is the
myself.
Yeah, we'll be doing the Oscars before the next Patreon hangout, I guess. Because that one should probably be near the end of the month.
Cool.
Speaking of the Oscar movies, I'm actually really glad that you liked Marcel the Shell. I wasn't sure what to think about it when I saw it at first. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to think about it at first. Like, especially with certain scenes, which I don't know if I want to really talk about, but basically it's just certain scenes where like they were showing like the social media aspect of Marcel's videos going online, and they just like spammed the whole screen with like emojis. I thought that was a little stupid, but I mean.
I don't exactly remember that. What do you mean when they spammed the screen with emojis?
Well, it was basically just a montage of Marcel like going viral on TikTok or other media platforms, whatever they used. And like it was just a montage of like showing like chats and comments on like videos or like TikTok videos or YouTube videos or whatever. And it just felt to me like it was trying too hard to like be it gave me very much like how you doing, fellow kids vibes, but it didn't overstay its welcome, so I wasn't too worried about it. But that's really the only thing I didn't like about it. But it made sense in context of the film. So yeah.
This is the best animated film on that list on the category, but Marcel was also awesome, and I think every. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm glad that it got nominated. I wasn't expecting it because I thought it wouldn't qualify because it's like half animated, half live action. So
they apparently had to submit documentation to the end.
What?
Sorry, my uncensored version got confirmed suitable for advertisers. But it's like nobody's what I try to do now anyway, like is for the members version. I don't do the mid rolls for those anyway, so that's really weird. Didn't I?
So this is like opposite blonde.
Didn't I thought I intentionally. Oh, whatever. I thought I set it to not be confirmed advertiser friendly.
Let's just hope YouTube isn't trolling you.
Well, it would be funny if my censored version came back not suitable for advertisers. Then I would be very mad. So I'm gonna have to write down to redo the mid rolls.
So in that case, the advertisers actually want people to swear, or whatever whatever the removal was. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm happy that Marcel got nominated. I think it's a great movie, and it's grown on me since I first watched it. I still want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't think I could watch it like multiple times in the same week or anything, but I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot.
That being said, I'm torn if I want Marcel or Puss in Boots to win the Oscar. I don't think it's going to go to. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go to Disney this year.
I want Puss to win.
I want Pussy to win.
Puss was so good. It was such a nice
There's
surprise.
there's two very underrated animated films that I want to recommend that came out last year, which are The House and Intergalactic.
Intergalactic?
And I'm very sad that
I've heard both of them.
Yeah. People who saw them just seem to think they're good, but I disagree. I think they're pretty excellent. One is a stop motion anthology horror film.
I don't.
And the other is sort of rom-com, but I know.
How do you spell intergalactic? Is it the normal spelling? Because I can't find it.
Enter and galactic. Enter, like entering something.
Okay, so that's not intergalactic. Intergalactic. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll watch it. Kid Cudi.
Yeah. It's weird, but I enjoyed it as a rom-com. It's kind of it's one of the better films of that genre.
Okay.
In my opinion, a genre that is plagued with a lot of cheap and cheap stuff that is made with no artistic purpose other than just to exploit a market and make money. I think that Intergalactic is actually one of the better, funnier. It's pretty well animated, well acted. I have a problem with the third act. It's kind of generic, but other than that, I think it's a pretty excellent film.
What's up, Taylor?
I was just wanted to ask a question about. I was just curious how lately one of your newest forms of content has been the watch-alongs. How has that affected? Because it's like the amount of watch-alongs you're doing is insane. It seems like for almost everything you're watching. I mean, I could be wrong. I was just curious. Has that changed your experience of watching movies for good or bad, or are there like pros and cons? And just
well, I mean, it's a good motivator to get through movies that I'm not that excited to watch. My monitor just stopped working, so I'm going to finish this. Hopefully you can still hear me.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay, and I can hear and see you. I just have to look on this monitor now. Weird. What the fuck? God damn it. There's so many things I have to
go to Georgia. Go to Georgia for a month, and it all goes to shit.
I mean, yeah. Well, I changed my setup when I came back here,
okay.
But it shouldn't be doing this. I don't know what's going on. It just literally decided to turn off, and yet the display is still active because I can anyway. So there was the first watch along I did was the Halo TV series, and that was like an ideal, perfect thing because I wouldn't have finished it if I wasn't ragging on it with chat. And then one of the ones I did closely after that was like 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, which I never published on the Watch Alongs channel just because like it didn't really feel like it was the right movie to be doing that with. But it was fine because I'd already seen it like 4 times. Since then, I try to do every podcast movie as a watch along, just because other people watching the podcast are going to be wanting to watch the movie.
I think it's great.
And yeah, I haven't found a film yet where I feel like the experience has been ruined by doing it in that format. There's, even the last. I often find that if I'm distracted by something, if there's a piece of media where I'm not paying as much attention to it because I'm being distracted by something, it doesn't really matter whether or not the distraction is the watch along format with Twitch chat or just thoughts in my own head. Like I've always felt like it's dependent on the film, not not necessarily the things happening externally, because it's not like Twitch chat is being read out loud. It's not like that it's people talking in a movie. It's not like something I can't look away from if I don't want to. It's something, if I'm reading Twitch chat or I'm doing something on my computer, I'm actively choosing to and deciding to do that in the same way that I would actively be deciding to be thinking about other things in my own head if I were just in a theater alone watching the same film, right?
Sure.
Sometimes it depends on mood. Sometimes it depends on how many films I've seen in a day. But yeah, I feel like everything I'm saying out loud in a watch along is something that I'd be saying in my own head anyway. And then, the mild sort of social aspect that comes with it, I just find it akin to, if I was watching a film with like one friend in in my basement or something anyway. Like, you can still have like a casual conversation as long as it's about the movie. You can still discuss like certain things about the movie during the movie without it ruining the experience, in my opinion. So
cool. No, I was just curious because obviously it's something different, right?
It is something different. But I feel like I'm able to experience more things because of it and get through worse things easier because of it. And B, I'm helping more people to participate in and watch films that they might not have otherwise. And also, it's just like a new thing of content. I kind of like experimenting and, might as well try to monetize those aspects that previously I would have just been like, sitting by myself in front of a TV for. I might as well just be doing that with other people.
No, it seems mutually beneficial for the community and for you. It makes a lot of sense because like you just said, I'm watching more things because what am I going to do tonight? Like game for 2 hours, or I can watch this thing now and have it's not like just by myself or something like that, right? So it's an interesting thing. What made you think to start doing that?
Well, I mean, it had been an idea for a while, but the Halo series was like the point where I was like, okay, I should get this set up because this would be the time. Because I tried watching it by myself. I was like, I'm so bored. I can't do this. I watched like halfway through the first episode, and I was like, this is not possible. I need to be making fun of it.
Yeah, it can help with like, I feel like with a project like that, or just like watching a show like that would require a lot of like, putting the time in, and so finding ways to like just watch it on your own while you're working is a good idea, because I feel like that also allows you to like not stop movies after a while if they're not working for you, but you can still like watch the end to prove that you watched the entire thing and that you didn't skip it.
I felt more of an obligation to finish movies that I'm not into if I'm doing it in that format where like someone else in chat has paid for it and I feel bad. Or like it depends on the movie. Like I still skip through a couple things, but like almost like I need a reassurance of like, okay, no one's enjoying this, right? Like, can we leave?
You did that for Argentina in 1985.
No one gave a shit.
I wasn't into it.
Everyone was bored.
There is one question I do have about the formats though, is that I noticed that maybe I'm assuming you don't really mind watching movies in your computer screen, but I kind of wondered if like you would ever consider like just setting up a camera in like your own theater at your houses or something.
It's something I could consider. It's just whatever if I'm doing something frequently, I want it to be something that I don't have to set up and tear down every time.
And actually now I'm just kind of realizing the reason why the format for like watching on the computer works is because you're just able to listen to the audio with your headphones. But if you're doing it in a theater, it's like you want to have surround sound, but you can't really do that.
Yeah,
on I would make it copyright.
I would make a headphone setup with the big. The only thing that would be different about it would be the size of the screen, and at that point, it's like doesn't really matter.
Right. But
have there been any movies that, like, obviously, if you've gone to the theater and seen a movie, you're not obviously doing a watch along. But have there been any since you started where you're like, no, you know what, this one I'm just gonna watch with me or your boyfriend or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of those where we've just like decided to chill and relax rather than like just being, on. There's a certain, if I want to like lay down on the couch or whatever, I'm not gonna like move the webcam and then mic the like
just have a GoPro. Just have like a GoPro strap to your chest or something.
Or like the camera on the TV.
And then plus like he's not going on camera, so then that would just be complicated, to try and not get him in the frame. It's easier when I just have my corner of the room set up.
I wonder though, Adam, are you gonna do a watch along for Women Talking now that that's out on digital?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to see it soon. But I don't. I mean, like, yeah, I could. Right now, as soon as this hangout is over in like 45 minutes or whatever, there's like some immediate stuff that I need to figure out regarding like the setup and my house. So like, I showed back up 2 nights ago. All day yesterday, I was helping my cousin move in. He's like moved into the basement. Matt, who's like kind of a cousin, not really a cousin. But he's been on stream before. He was on the Shrek Beat Saber stream. And so he's moving into the basement with his girlfriend. He brought like an entire truck full of stuff, like a rental moving truck. So I was helping him move all that stuff in yesterday. I haven't even unpacked my stuff from Georgia yet. I still don't even have my bag that the airport delayed getting me. They still haven't called me about that. I need to go talk to them about that. Before the stream, I just opened up a bunch of mail that had accumulated over like the 3 months that I was gone. Some of those being like some of the checks that FedEx, I don't know if you remember me talking about like the refund I was supposed to get from FedEx. That's still not dealt with. They still owe me like $900. So I sent an email about that earlier today. And so, yeah, I need to get that unpacked. I need to reorganize some stuff. I built like this desk and this dresser, like all this shit. Well, Shay helped building the desk. He did most of that while I was gone, which was awesome. But yeah, setting up this desk that now I have a sit to stand at. Like, I have so much shit I need to do right now that Women Talking is not like at the top. I know I need to watch it to, finish my my Oscars nominations video.
It's aggressively boring.
I've got an editor working on the existing footage for that, and so that should occupy them for a bit. But as soon as they're like close to being done that, then I should probably be sending them the rest of that footage just so we can get the video up before Oscars. But yeah, I'm just like I've got so much stuff I need to do right now that I don't have a perfect complete plan for everything. We're gonna be doing like a run to like the like a dump trash depot or whatever. We're gonna be like throwing out a bunch of stuff in the house, like a bunch of stuff that my cousin brought we need to throw out because he just didn't organize well in terms of what he wanted to keep and what he didn't. So like half the stuff he brought is like junk that we're just like trying to figure out what to do with. And so yeah, we're like everything. The whole experience that I had essentially moving to Georgia, I'm like redoing with other people moving here, and just where there's a constant feed of things I need to attend to right now. So it's very busy. Sorry, I can't. I'm overwhelmed.
How many more? Sorry, I hope everything works out.
I need to go because I feel like I'm being the most annoying person on the stream, and also
you're not doing anything. If you need to go, you need to go.
Nice day,
Thanks for hanging out, though.
See you guys next month.
See you next month. Bye.
Bye.
How many more movies do you have left in the Oscar list?
All That Breathes, Living. Well, if it's just Best Picture, then just Women Talking. But if I'm seeing every nom, then All That Breathes, Living, Women Talking, Causeway, Close, Empire of Light. And I think that's it other than the short films. I think it's just like 6 more movies. so that's not that bad.
I can imagine you don't want to watch every single one.
I really want to. Well, I want to watch the Best Picture noms, so Women Talking for sure,
Right.
and then the one I'm most
Yeah, that's
interested in, aside from that, is Close, and it would be nice if I could catch the other ones, but.
I watched All That Breeze before coming on here. That movie, it's not bad, but it's really boring.
I've heard it's
like,
boring, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a documentary. The documentary is about like two brothers in India who are protecting birds, and it's during like it's set in like the New Delhi riots in 2020. But so it's like, it has a good premise, but it dicks around and does nothing with it really.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of disappointing in that sense.
Yeah, it's really boring. And I tried watching Navalny, but I turned it off halfway.
Oh, that's way more boring.
Actually, like,
even though I haven't seen him, All That Breeze.
I still have 12 movies left.
Rishi, your hand's been up for a while. What's up, Rishi?
Well, before I go, since you started watch-alongs to movies, I thought of this interesting idea. If you could do like listen-alongs, which is basically watch-alongs but listening to music, and I was thinking, since you definitely have an interesting relation with Beyonce. Well, back when I made this idea, her album Renaissance wasn't out yet, but now that it's out, do you think you'll do a listen along on Twitch?
No, I don't. I think it would be too. I don't really feel like dedicating an entire album's worth to trying to do that. And it would set a weird precedent because then I would feel obligated to do that with more than one. So there's someone trying to get into the Hangout, and the reason why I didn't know that is because this screen is dead. So I'm going to try and figure out how to get the screen back up. So just give me a minute, everybody. I'm just going to put y'all on BRB, okay?
Of course. I'll see
Stream's
you all
still
later.
going. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Rishi. So, yeah,
as always, everything everywhere or top.
Or what? Or Top Gun?
Oh, he left. Okay.
Okay, so I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, figure out the monitor situation.
Yeah, I've seen every Best Picture nom. My ranking would go as follows from worst to best. Elvis, my least favorites. Avatar 2, my second, is number 9. Fabelman's number 8. All Quiet on the Western Front, number 7. Number 6 will be Women Talking. Number 5, Top Gun. Number 4,
I jiggled the cable and it worked.
Banshees, number 2.
I was worried if I unplugged it, it would just like close the display and do a stupid thing. Wow, I jiggled the cable and it worked. Sorry about that.
Nice. All good.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to catch a screening of Triangle of Sadness out here in LA, and they had like these barf bags like on all the seats.
Good.
I thought it was really funny. Yeah.
That is funny. I'm gonna pee real quick, so I'll be right back again, okay? BRB.
Probably the
I actually saw Triangle of Sadness recently.
Did you like it?
Just last night.
Are
yeah, it's
you
pretty good.
LA, Dylan?
Yes, I'm in LA. Yeah.
Oh, we should probably meet up next time.
I was about to ask if you were based in LA because you worked on the Borderlands. I was about to ask that.
I was in LA for 3 weeks, and I had to stay at a friend's place, and I might get a place down there soon. So
nice, yeah.
If you want to ever meet up,
hell yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, cool. Go see a movie or something. Go see. Have you heard of the New Beverly Cinema?
Yeah, I went there a couple times. I saw Fantasia there, and I saw 10 Seconds to Hell, which was a fantastic movie.
Nice.
There, fantastic theater.
Yeah, I was just there. I saw it was like a double feature. It was Eternal Sunshine and what was it?
Human Nature.
No, it was Eternal Sunshine and Scott Pilgrim. That's what it was.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a really fun screening. Yeah.
I have
a
a
fun screening.
friend named Sean who goes to the New Beverly like every single day. Like it's ridiculous how
I used to go
how often he goes.
Yeah. I try to go at least like once a week or something, once or twice a week, because they're always screening something great over there.
Now, don't judge me, guys, but I took an edible and then watched Fantasia, and it was
the
way to do it,
for
man.
taking edibles.
What?
I get high every day.
Yeah, I did mushrooms and watched Fantasia and ended up like conducting and like cueing the instruments.
I think it might be mildly annoying to some people.
So I was at the very front of the theater, and it was like a religious experience because I'm just like freaking out, like when like the last segment is happening with like the demon guy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Night on Bald Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you weren't the only one that was like high at the theater watching Fantasia.
There's no way I wasn't the only one.
Even the simple parts of it when you're high and it's showing like when you hit a note and the vibrations of the sound wave and stuff like that. It's
I hope this doesn't
about.
bite me on the ass one day. You know, I'm doing like a kids film and somebody clips this and they're like, but
watching high kids films
still worth it.
Still worth it.
I haven't done drugs, so I can't say my experience with edibles and shit. I don't know.
If you can live without doing drugs, I think that's the best thing. I think moderation is key, especially with edibles.
Right, especially yeah.
You
All
done
in
anything-
moderation. Don't overdo it. You know.
Yeah,
I do one edible every night to help me sleep, a THC edible.
Yeah, I did that for a while. I went through a bunch of trauma 4 or 5 months ago, and that helped me a lot. I won't get into it, but it was good for PTSD. It was good.
Olivia, do you have dreams?
Sometimes.
I just sometimes I hear people that do weed all the time just don't have dreams anymore.
I'm trying to think the last time I had a dream.
I have dreams all the time.
It's just I already don't have them that frequently. I woke up high once because I got high like pretty late at night.
That's funny.
But are you gonna be streaming later today or?
No, because okay, yeah. Like I'm as soon as this is over, I'm like figuring out my unpacking. I'm gonna call Air Canada and be like, "Hey, my thing says that the bag's in Vancouver. Why didn't you call me? Can you give me my shit so I can shave?" And I'm gonna have to talk to my cousins and figure out if they took this stuff to the dump yet. And the blah blah blah. Yeah, I can't stream today, but I'll be here for Sunday for sure. That's a scheduled thing.
Hi-Fi Rush, I think you're playing or something.
Yeah, I'm.
No, I'm gonna have to play Hi-Fi Rush.
First, maybe Hi-Fi Rush, maybe Boneworks, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. The new Boneworks. I have. Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush would be an easy one to set up, I guess.
Are you gonna stream any more of that Roiland game or no? You're
finished
with that. The Justin Roiland game, the one.
You never played it.
No.
It's awful. It's
whichever
fucking
one you're
cancer.
talking
Don't
about. The
play
answer
it.
is no.
Yeah. I think that game's okay for some people. There is legitimately pretty funny parts in that film or in that game. I can understand why it's a huge turnoff for a lot of people, but I think my favorite joke in the entire game is like near the end. I don't know if this is really a spoiler or anything, but I don't think much people are going to care. But I'm assuming nobody here cares if I mention one thing about the game, right? All right.
Yeah, I played it.
Possibly my favorite joke that they did in the entire game was like the main villain said, "Hey, I'm going to punish you, player, for stopping my plans." And so then he like gets the game to give you an achievement that says that you spent like 300 hours at the alien strip club. And the whole point is like now all your friends can see that you got that achievement.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I mean, like, what's weird about the Justin Roiland being canceled thing is like now everybody's quick. Like, there's this weird. People are trying to make themselves feel more comfortable with the situation, and they're saying, "Well, he didn't do anything anyway." So now there's this whole like, "Oh, he went." Everybody else was basically just writing for him, and like, I don't know how much I believe that. Like, as much as you know, like,
I don't know if like, are the current episodes of Family Guy still being written by what's his name?
Seth MacFarlane. No, they are
probably not.
No.
Yeah.
since
So
like
I guess it's not, because like he's still doing all the voices for the characters. So I guess it's not out of the question that maybe Justin Roiland's not like super in or at least at one point was not super invested with the writing, but who knows?
Yeah,
But
I think there was a document released that he kind of just came in and lounged about in the last couple of seasons or whatever because of some weird issue. Yeah, apparently he was a pain in the ass to work with, and Dan Harmon already has his own issues or whatever, being a bit of a jackass. But
yeah,
that's
Dan Harmon never really seemed like a nice guy. There was like an
Yeah.
episode there was an episode of Game Grumps a couple of years back where he was just talking to the I don't know if anybody here watches the Game Grumps, but they just did an interview. It was kind of like an interview kind of episode thing where he kind of like just talked about a bunch of things, and he seemed all right, but there was just something off about him that I was like, not really the type of vibe I want to get from talking to people like that. I don't know.
Justin Roiland seemed like such a sweetheart at first. I thought that he was, and Dan Harmon was the one, but no, it's the other way around.
I mean, I don't know if that means that Dan Harmon's not bad.
Oh no, I didn't say that, but I just thought Justin Roiland was like the more reserved one out of the two, and it was basically a kind man. And Dan Harmon was the big piece of shit, but no, that's not the case at all.
I will say though, probably my favorite thing that I've seen Justin Roiland do outside of the shows was that time when he was on the H3 podcast and he prank called that church in Houston around the time like when the hurricane happened, because there was this whole controversy where this like huge mega church person would not like give shelter to people that were
Joel Osteen.
Yeah, exactly. So he basically on the podcast like prank called the receptionist at the church in Rick's voice, trying to say like, hey, I want to try to be religious or something or whatever, and that was really funny. But other than that,
you can be like, I think that I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I think that some people just like a lot of creative types have mental problems, and a lot of people with mental problems wind up getting themselves in like weird, bad situations and just being like toxic to people. Like, I don't know, like if there's like a diagnosis, is if he's like borderline or like bipolar or like, I have no idea, but like he's still, there's a lot of great things he did, even if he's like a piece of shit, you know? Like he was a very valuable person for like not his own show. I mean, his own show for sure, but like the animation community, like he really helped prop up other people and give people opportunities. And so it is disappointing to see that he's, a bad person.
Yeah. And I'm also the type of person that doesn't try to, I try to separate the art from the artist, like as best I can, but there are definitely some exceptions where I'm like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like when it comes to like controversy with some celebrities like Kanye West, for example, I cannot listen to his music in good faith anymore.
Same.
Yeah. And I forget, there was actually a podcast, I think, like one of the earliest episodes of Sardonicast where I think he talked about that, Adam.
Yeah.
It was with two artists that
Chris Brown and another one, I think.
Well, you were talking about some artists that you really respected and you liked their music a lot, and you thought it was like
and then they collabed with Chris Brown.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember if one of those artists was Little Dicky.
One of them was Little Dicky, and one of them was Joyner Lucas. But I think Little Dicky just started getting bad anyway, so whatever.
Did you see the Earth video?
Yeah, that sucked. It's so bad. But like, I feel like music is so much more individual than films.
Yeah.
Like, sure, there's a team of people working on both, but I feel like to relate to music, it's a little different than like necessarily appreciating a narrative that someone else created, you know? I feel like music is more like a diary or like not saying a film can't be, but in many ways
music is one of those things where it can actually like come almost entirely from the artists themselves, whether it's like with the writing or the instrumentation. Like it feels like you're actually listening to somebody like somebody personal rather than just like a vision that they have that they need other people to help them out with, like a film.
When I listen to music, I feel like I'm making myself emotionally vulnerable and susceptible to what they're saying, and like there's like a connection I'm bridging with someone else. And if I find out that they're like a big piece of shit, like in ways that I like don't relate to at all, it impacts my ability to relate to their music.
Yeah. By the way, I mentioned Kanye West, but I think there's actually a song on one of his older albums that has aged incredibly badly. I think he was like talking about how much he hated paparazzi, and he said he hates the paparazzi more than the Nazis.
Yeah, that's a funny. I mean, I guess he was being honest.
I don't remember what track that was. I would have to look, but I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that fact on TikTok on one of the videos, and I was like, "That's really funny."
So he almost loves the paparazzi, but not quite.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways too. Like, it's almost harder to detach from, like, if you're a hardcore fan of someone who's a musician or an artist in that way. Like for me, yeah, I'm not the biggest Rick and Morty fan. I watched the first 2 seasons. I have no problem disconnecting and not watching anything that guy does anymore. But when you get attached to an artist and some shit comes out like a musician, it's easier to put. Well, I think it's like you said, Adam. It's not like a team. It's more of an individual thing. So it's more important to hold that one person accountable.
Yeah,
but it's also because you're so attached. It also makes it difficult to be unbiased. And like for me, it's Michael Jackson's the hard one for me. Like I grew up.
It seems like it's the hard one for everybody.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a massive artist, right? And you can't escape his music. Is everywhere. And you enjoy it for so many years.
They still play his music in my grocery store that I work at. So
it's a part of history too. Like I don't care if his music's played really.
Sometimes,
and also like there's so much just. It seems like an ongoing argument, and I just don't know who to believe or what to believe at this point. Like, I'm not going to do a deep dive into Michael Jackson like Kimba, you know? I'm not prepared to do that, so I just like I kind
someone
of have
should
to
though,
just,
not you, but
I kind of just have to be like, you know, he was at the very least very weird and creepy. Like, and at the very least, he like loved sleeping with children. Right?
Gross. Did you ever watch that documentary?
Also, yeah, and also one other thing too is that Michael Jackson's not the only like creepy artist that has like had allegations come out like after like many years. Like people are starting to question like when Elvis had like a 14-year-old wife or something like that.
I think that every musician up until like maybe this decade probably just had sex with children. Like it just seemed to be the norm, you know, like, oh, my groupies, and it's like, oh, they're all like 15-year-olds, like, oh, woo, gonna have sex with my groupies. It's like, wait a minute, hold up.
But I think in general, like music can very much like just what was the word I was going to use? I forget. It can transcend like the artist in general. Like sometimes music will just like not even be like solely attached to the person that made it and just become its own thing. I can't think of any examples right now, but I do remember watching one of the stink pieces from Anthony Fantano's video channel where he talked about like how controversy with artists, sometimes it really depends on like who the artist is and not so much like what they did, because the video in question I was talking about, or that I'm talking about, is the one about what was that person's name? Azealia Banks, where she said some pretty terrible things on Twitter and did some like very questionable acts, but there was this article that Anthony was responding to, trying to like say that people are having a double standard because like Kanye West and Kid Cudi do bad things and they go through emotional pains, and people give them people will like give them, they'll excuse their actions because for reasons that were not regarding to their music, because
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest points that he made was sometimes like what the artist makes kind of is it can be a justification for like people still listening to them or having sympathy for that artist in general. Like it sucks and it's not a great thing, but it is kind of reality. Like there are still, and he also mentioned that some people still believe that Bill Cosby is innocent, for example, but obviously he's not. But people still kind of justify it just because they connect with the art so much. Whereas
is it a horrible metaphor to think like, imagine someone invented the cure for some disease that is not yet cured yet, and they turn out to be a complete piece of shit. Would you completely devalue their work and that thing that's kind of helped? And
no, absolutely not.
It depends as to what they did. Honestly, it really depends. I have a question though, Adam. What do you think about Dave? Oh,
sorry for going off of this rant. By the way,
no,
it's an interesting discussion.
Yeah, it's something I always think about.
Yeah.
What I will say is we're getting to that time, so we'll do the one more question each thing. I'll just ask everybody in order, and you can. I'll get to you the way you show up on my screen. Miguel, final question, comments.
Yeah, since we're talking about cancel culture, I've been going to therapy recently, and I've been thinking about the idea of accountability. And and it's like a very important thing for me now, and the idea of redemption. And yeah, there were times in my life where I was a jerk to people and all that. And I was thinking, is there any redemption for
someone like Justin? Or...
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's really like I haven't even fully looked into the allegations. Like it was what, like domestic abuse and him like sexting 16-year-olds? Was that basically it?
Yeah, he sexed 16, and that's been actually proven.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that one would be tough for people to like get past. I don't think he's coming back in the public eye. In terms of like people being like just, I don't know, asshole or manipulative or like, I'm still trying to understand if people who redeem themselves later in life are people who have seen the errors of their ways and feel bad, or realize that there's a benefit in pretending to do that. Because I really don't know at this point. And the other philosophical question is whether or not that makes a difference. Because like if your interactions with them are like positive, then it's like, okay, well, as long as you just stop doing negative things, then I guess problem solved, right? But I don't know.
And it also kind of depends on like how much damage was caused initially. Because there are some moments where it's like you've gone too far and this is irreparable.
I think it matters like if the only time that they've decided it, like part of what bugs me about the Andrew Callahan thing is like it's such a repeated pattern in history of him doing something that like he knew was wrong the whole time, and it only became something that he needed to, that he was like, oh yeah, I'm doing, trying to get better when it became like a public thing. And it's like, I don't know if you really feel bad about that, like, I don't know. It's weird when if someone's done something really shitty in their past, but you can see that independently of public retaliation, they've tried to make amends and they've tried to start bettering themselves and tried to fix things, then I think that that's a huge thing for me personally in terms of like, and again, I'm not even huge into cancel culture anyway. Like I'll just fucking watch shit, whatever. But like, I'm just, I don't know. I think it matters.
Thing is on.
Yes, Olivia, I don't know if you're laughing at the conversation or something else, but your mic's on. It's fine. Yeah,
I was laughing.
There was something coming from your mic. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
Typing.
Oh, well.
I'll have to listen back to it.
Yeah,
later.
listen back to it later.
Happened.
I don't know. It was
That was
playing
weird.
your ghost.
I don't think you would have
Ghost of Olivia.
But, you know.
But I think if I'm just to speak personally, like it would matter to me if the person was trying to be a good person already before, like, they were kind of forced to for their own benefit monetarily, you know?
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's just this
Yeah,
is on.
I'm
like,
just asking because
this
sorry,
is kind of why.
easy.
Yeah, this is kind of why. Like, as I get older, I'm kind of like, I'm glad I'm not a content creator. Like, no offense, Adam, but
Mhm.
like, I feel like I just have enough problems in my life where I just don't want to like have. I mean, I think I'm a good person. I think I'm not an asshole. I would like to hope I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
But I just feel like being a content creator or just being like a public person in general, where people are like paying attention to you, it really opens yourself up to like just ridicule, whether it's justified or not.
It doesn't matter
And-
how good of it. You can be the most perfect person on the planet. It's not going to matter if you're a public figure. There's always going to be people that hate you. And so it's just a matter of like trying to be comfortable with that, right?
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
There's always going to be
And
people
then,
that
yeah.
hate you, and they're not even going to realize that every criticism they have is because they hate you. They're going to think it's justified.
Yeah, there's a unfortunately just like a desire for a lot of people that aren't really like. I mean, there are some people that are content creators that thrive off of like calling other people out that are also like I don't know if I want to say celebrities, but just like public people online where they thrive on that kind of attention, which you could probably say is like virtue signaling or just clout chasing. I don't know what you would want to call it, but you know, like those people are always going to exist, and it will make you miserable no matter what kind of person you are. If you're like the best person in the entire world, like I don't even know if like there's YouTubers that are apparently like good people and they try to present themselves as good people, but there is no doubt going to be one day where like they'll slip up somehow, and then everybody on Twitter will just completely trash them and say they're terrible people. Like that's I don't want to just. That's kind of what happened with PewDiePie in a way, I think.
And the current Twitter, on trending on Twitter, it's like I saw the name Quiet trending, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch their content before, so I don't even care. All right, what were you were gonna say something else, Miguel? Did you have anything else?
That was kind of it. But thank you.
Thank you. Dylan.
Oh, it's me. Okay.
It is.
Let's see. This is a question for everyone. Does everyone have like a local like movie theater that they like to go to? You know, any like special screenings? Like
I have
just
one
curious.
option.
Well,
I have like a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well,
I
back
have
at home,
a theater
we
walking distance from me, so.
Yeah, same.
For me,
I
it
go to
depends.
the Texas Theater, which is in Dallas, where JFK got shot.
Nice.
That's how you're introduced.
It's
I live in
you know, it's almost kind of like you could make a pun with that. You'd be like, this is where they shot JFK. You know, the movie JFK.
Well, they actually did shoot
What was
there,
it,
so
Oliver
it's
Stone? Yeah, this is where they shot JFK.
Yeah, this is where Oliver Stone shot JFK.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Okay, fun fact. There are now 2 U.S. presidents that have gotten shot in history that have involved a theater in some way.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, I don't live in a big enough town for multiple theaters, so I really only have the one that was in my hometown. There was a very cool like downtown theater in my hometown a couple of years ago, but nobody was really going to that much, and so it closed down. And the only thing that's left on it is like this, like one of those giant signs that have like all the lights on it, like what you would might see in like a downtown or something, kind of like that, yeah. But that's just like a movie dinner theater now. So it's not like you can go there to watch like the newest movies or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, because Adam, you frequent the Rio Theater, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. What was the most recent thing you saw?
It probably was at Vancouver Film Fest.
Oh, nice.
And I definitely saw. Fuck, what was that shitty movie called? It was the only movie I gave like a 3 or something. It was like time.
The animated one with.
Yeah, with David Arquette was in it. I don't remember. That might have been the most recent thing I saw there, but I have no. I might have seen something else recently there. But yeah, good theater. Love it.
Yeah, I'd love to go there one day.
Yeah, it's
Quantum Cowboys.
Quantum Cowboys. Thank you. Yeah.
There you go.
That.
Yeah,
anytime you're in LA, Adam, I would recommend the New Beverly Cinema. I don't know if you've heard
New
of it.
Beverly.
Yeah, it's Tarantino's theater. Like he owns it.
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
And they screen all of their films on film on like 35 millimeter or 60 millimeter, whatever they can get their hands on.
I'm saving it to my list right now.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. They're always screening a bunch of cool films like on 35 millimeter, and like the concessions are really cheap too. Like they're cheap.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Really great place.
All right, thank you so much. Nico.
Hi. I was just wondering if you might play Manhunt 1 and 2 in the future, as well as the Batman Arkham series.
Manhunt, yes. Batman, I'm not sure. I tried to get Manhunt working on my PC once, and it was kind of difficult. Maybe now that I have the Steam Deck, it'll be easier, which is what happened with Far Cry 3, weirdly enough. But I'll try setting it up at some point. For sure.
I think Kid Icarus did a video on one of the Manhunt games. I don't know if you're in close contact with him, but you could probably ask him if there's like ways if he had trouble like trying to set up on PC.
I'll figure it out.
Just a suggestion.
No, thank you.
Just curious if you ever heard of a website called World of Real.
No.
Oh, because like that's where it's like alternative movie news from this former journalist who we used to work at the Playlist, and I'm just not sure if you've ever heard of it. And I just
it looks like I recognize the website layout, so I've definitely read articles from this, but I've never I've never seeked it out for the website itself. But I've definitely read some stuff from this.
All right. I just want to also say to everybody that if anybody's trying to watch All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, it's only going to be on. It's going to be on HBO, but it won't be till like after the Oscars.
Well, fuck.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, great.
Bullshit. Why would they do that?
Why? I'm lucky. I managed to see. I saw like the
maybe it's
last
playing in
fucking
Vancouver right
viewing in the entirety of my state.
Yeah, let's
I
see.
managed to snag like the very last fucking viewing.
What the freak? I bet I could have, like, if I knew that it was going to be inaccessible, then I would have got it. What's funny, I could have seen it at TIFF if I had just known.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
And I know that we're going to go back to the subject of Michael Jackson, but what did you think of the documentary Leaving Neverland?
I don't remember which. Oh, wait, was that the multi-part one?
No, it was a HBO documentary about
it wasn't 2 parts, was it? It was like a feature? I thought it was 2 parts. Maybe that I'm confusing it with something else.
Leaving Neverland.
I just don't. I feel like I've watched more than one Michael Jackson documentary. I don't know which one that is right now, so I can't really comment.
That was the one that came out in early 2019 when the allegations like fully rose.
Yeah, it's not fresh in my memory right now. I think I might have commented on it around the time. I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh shit!
Something.
No, god damn it. Sorry. All the Beauty and the Bloodshed played February 4th, but that's not now. So I'll have to see if it's playing.
I found something though.
Oh, let me know.
I'll send it to you over Telegram.
Why, thank you. I would like something. All right, Alexander?
No, I got nothing to say, so I'm just gonna leave.
That's okay.
Bye,
Thanks for hanging out.
Alexander. Have a nice day.
Good
Easy.
luck with
Bye. Thank you.
Good luck with your school.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Easy games.
Hey, so I got two things I want to bring up, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
do one of them is a music recommendation, but I'll just start with the question first. So,
Sure.
like earlier, I was talking about you know, me not wanting to be a content creator and just like how people online or just like online celebrities, I really don't know what to say at this point, like how to describe what they are. But one thing I actually should have brought up was there seems to be a huge trend with creators having like a huge meteoric rise, meaning like flash, like they have like a sudden huge popularity, and they just don't they don't anticipate growing that fast, and I think that causes them to like not really understand how to handle with PR, because like I like at least with like creators like with Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or anything like that, like they've been creating content for years, so like they had time to grow and
yeah,
and
there
like,
wasn't
what
as
not
much
to say.
scrutiny when they blew up.
Yeah, and
Everybody
that's
that blew
why
up that quick back in the day was not met with as much backlash.
Yeah, that's also part of why I think the whole reason why Dream kind of got such a huge attention was because he was such a huge creator that had a huge rise in popularity that I just don't think he really understood how to handle that, or he didn't
Probably not.
really have like the ability to not develop an ego. But yeah, I just want to know if you kind of agree with that whole perspective of like just the fact that that media, like that the internet nowadays is like making people become celebrities way too quickly.
It depends on who they are, because like Dream is also makes Minecraft content for children, right? So like that's the biggest fucking market. If you're gonna blow up anywhere, that's where it's gonna be. So like I feel like I don't know, because it Joel Haver's success was like overnight. Joel Haver managed to like keep his head on his shoulders. You know? So I think it's partially. I think that is a factor, but it also just has to do with like, I don't know, how narcissistic is your personality to begin with.
Yeah, of course.
You know, what type of people do you surround yourself with? You know, I think that it's not. I think there's a bunch of different factors that go into it, and sure, yeah, the speed of your success is one of those things, but I'm not sure if that's even the biggest factor, really.
Yeah, it's okay. And so then the other thing I wanted to bring up was a musical recommendation. I don't know if anybody here really cares that much about electronic music, but Skrillex recently came out with two brand new albums, which I've really been enjoying a lot, because I used to be like super huge into Skrillex back in like the early 2010s, and I understand a lot of people don't care much for dubstep or bro step back in the day, but I feel like at this point it's sort of kind of it's a lot more like accepted as a musical medium these days. So I definitely find it interesting to like listen to his recent releases like nowadays, just to kind of see how he's grown, and they're pretty great. They have some pretty great tracks on it. It's a lot of heavy bangers, but so it's two albums that he came out with. The first one is called Quest for Fire, which, by the way, has a really great album cover. I'm a really big fan of it. That album is mostly just like, you know, the typical music that you hear in like EDM scenes, and it's really well produced too. And then the other album is Don't Get Too Close, which is not really going for the same kind of thing as Quest for Fire does, but if you're more into like kind of more chiller or but like the whole sad boy, I don't know if that's the right word to say it, but that album has like a lot of those kinds of rappers, like Blade, Young Lean, or I think Kid Cudi's on there too. But I mean, that album for me is not don't like that album as much as I do Quest for Fire, but I definitely still recommend people check those out because I really it's personal to me because I really enjoyed a lot of Skrillex's music over the years, and it's nice to see that he's still kind of not lost his touch after all these years.
Okay, I will check that out at some point. I don't know how soon, but yeah, that's that would be interesting to see the difference between 2014 and 2023.
I think one of my favorite parts about the Quest for Fire album though is just the cover. It's really well done. I'm a big fan of it.
Okay. Well, oops. The Wikipedia page is right here. I might as well click on it. Okay, that is really interesting. I dig it. Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
Olivia? Very sus.
I don't know. Play Among Us VR.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll play with you.
Okay, sweet.
I'll buy it.
Sus.
I'll have to remember. Yeah, I'll set up my VR stuff here too. So people's orders got mixed around. So we've already done Dylan. Did I do Miguel? I think I asked you your question already, yeah.
Yeah, mine was about Redemption. That was it.
Yeah, it was. And then Hewlett fan 96.
Oh yes, of course. I just have a bunch of small, quick questions, just about 2 or 3.
Sure.
Have Alex and Ralph ever considered doing this as well?
Oh, Hangout?
Yeah, Hangout.
I don't know. I haven't asked them. I have no idea if they've considered doing it.
Okay, cool.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah, it would be cool. I'm just
I'd be up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
be awesome.
Yeah.
it could be like an unofficial episode of Sardonicast. Special guest, my Patreon.
Yeah.
I remember Gael showed up to one of these once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are your scores for the other parts of the Vengeance trilogy? I know Old Boy 2003 is probably a 10, but what would you give?
Well, I haven't seen Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, and Lady Vengeance I saw so long ago that I don't feel like I have like a real opinion on it, so I just need to rewatch them, honestly.
Yeah.
Old Boy's my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Old Boy is a 10 out of 10, right, Adam?
Yes.
It is a 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 is perfect. Probably, yeah, top 5 films for me. And after that, the only other thing I have to say is, something a bit more esoteric. Have you ever seen something interesting? The board on 4chan TV did this really weird thing called a suffering chart for like movie characters and like how much they suffered against how much they deserve to suffer for like how good
I think so, yeah. I don't know.
And I thought, if you could look that up, it's quite interesting. Like a lot of your choices and favorite films are on there, and
That's funny.
you're at 100, you're like pure evil, and you deserved every last bit of it. And Mr. Rogers is at like 5 because he's like pure innocent and things like that.
Let's see.
Check it out.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Who's the
Clockwork
biggest fan?
Orange. Nice. It's up there. Oh, Rich Evans.
Yes.
Always got to throw in Rich Evans on TV, that's for sure. Okay, I'll check this out more later.
Cool. That's about it.
That's funny. Thank you so much.
Sure
Taylor.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see everybody again. Nice to be back as always.
By the way, I like the Sardonicast shirt.
Oh, thanks. Represent.
Thank you.
One.
Makes you cool. You got to get one.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a baby.
I have to wear it to these because then everyone else is like, what cartoon is that from? I'm like,
that's damn it. You gotta just say, well, it's too cool for you. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah. Well, thanks for all the content as always. Just wanted to clarify when we're talking about Space Jam earlier, not trying to diss. I just remember when I was a kid, like I loved it so much. I didn't know, like I was only asking, like, it was it as awesome as we all thought? Did people of all ages actually give a fuck? But I guess so.
I feel
and
like
my
it.
question. Yeah. Well, frick, man, I'm rocking this all the time.
Hell yeah.
I freaking love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, my question was pretty much already answered earlier with, I was just curious about your watching habits now with the watch alongs obviously being such a big thing. So I guess my only other quick question would be, for Sardonicast, what other names for the podcast did you guys ever throw around, if any?
I mean, there weren't really any that came close. Like the first instinct is like the most, I would feel gross doing it, would just be like, oh, the first letters of our names, like Jar, sorry, Alex, you know. But I would just like, it's just like, it seems like so too obvious, like bottom of the barrel. And then everything else, I was just like, I think to get sardonic, I just did a thesaurus or something, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it could have been raw.
Yeah, I feel like
out extremely well. Yeah,
it got a good
Sardonicast is a great name.
I think it was an unused Twitter and Gmail. Like you never see that shit. Yeah,
you know,
it was a miracle.
You know, if your name wasn't Adam or Alex, and it was just like Earl or Evan, then the podcast would have been called Podcast.
Yeah. It is crazy when you think of how many like grumpy guys or like, you know, bitter discussion podcasts there are. The fact that Sardonicast did not already exist is ridiculous.
Because sardonic is too intelligent of a word. It's for high. It's a high IQ word.
High IQ,
which is why I needed a thesaurus to get it. All right, thank you so much. Nico, did we get your question in the last bit or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I thought. So.
That's everybody.
And so last one, BC 467.
Oh, oopsie.
All right, I have two really. One's like one that I've been, going. I'll do the first one, okay, and then the second one's more lighthearted. The first question is going back to like the whole cancel culture and like separating art from the artists. I could for the most part do that, but there are cases of like I can't do that, like Kanye, obviously. But one I've always been curious about like your opinion on. How do you feel about Dave Chappelle post like that special where he said a bunch of transphobic stuff?
Well, here's the thing. I've never it makes a big difference to me whether or not someone is doing something out of ignorance or malice, and I never got the impression that Dave Chappelle is like a hateful person. I just think that maybe, a couple things he could just be more informed on. And also, like, when people are a part of like an older generation is typically just how things go, the newer social issues are ones that they have a tougher time getting behind because their brains are already past the point where they can make new opinions. They're kind of set in stone on things, and I just think that he's I think he's a great comedian regardless, even if he's said a couple he hasn't done anything more transphobic than like J.K. Rowling, right? So he's just and again, it's the context of comedy, it's mostly just jokes anyway. I don't think he's a hateful person, or at least that's not the impression I get.
I will say though, the only thing that annoys me about the Dave Chappelle situation is that people are trying to like defend what he said as like just being, he just made a joke. But if you're actually listening to the actual like special, it's clearly not like he's not really trying to make a joke, but because
he gets like political,
Yeah, like stand-up is not 100% just like making jokes all the time. Like
it's not satire.
Basically just them. Yeah, it's basically just them like talking about the things that they've seen. Their opinions, talking about things, making a joke once in a while. But it's very clear to me, at least from watching that segment, where it's like he's talking about the comments that J.K. Rowling made in the special, but not in a joking way, but just more like, yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with what she said, or I kind of see where she's coming from. And none of that is really like him making a joke or anything. And yet people are trying to write it off as being like, oh, you just hate comedy. And that's not the case at all. Like,
no.
I feel like the discussion would be completely different if it was actually a joke. but it's very clear to me that it wasn't. It was just him talking about it, and
you should be able to talk about though. I mean,
yeah,
you should be able to talk
you
about
should
anything.
be able to discuss this kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I just it was kind of a frustrating thing for me because I kind of like Dave Chappelle's comedy, but I wasn't.
I
really
still like Dave
special.
Chappelle. I don't think he's perfect. I still like him a lot. I'll still watch his stand-up specials. I think he's like a talented person, and even if there's parts of the special where I'm like, showing your age, there's still other parts about it that are really great.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. It's just been something that's been on my head for a while, but especially when we're getting to the cancel culture discussion, I was kind of just had that in my head. And I have another question. This one is not nearly as long. It's a pretty lighthearted one. So you get ready to the new Puss in Boots 8 out of 10, and I noticed that's your would you consider it your favorite DreamWorks movie or something? Because I think it's the highest you rated one.
I guess probably. If it's the highest I've rated, then probably yeah. What's even comparable?
You like it more than Shrek's?
Yeah. I think I gave the first Shrek a 7 out of 10.
I was gonna say
right?
How to Train Your Dragon, but I'm pretty sure you don't like.
I don't like How to Train Your Dragon. So.
What about like Prince of Egypt and Road to El Dorado?
Those are Road to El Dorado. I want to watch again at some point because there's a lot of positive childhood nostalgic memories associated with it. Prince of Egypt, I know and I've heard is supposed to be great, and I did watch it when I was younger, but I remember so little of it that I would have to rewatch it as an adult to get like a fresh perspective on it. So I can't really comment on those. So out of the ones that I'm familiar enough in my memory with, then Puss in Boots is probably my favorite. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I love Puss in Boots too a lot too. I am getting the 4K Blu-ray.
I just what's funny, I don't even like think of it as a sequel. I'm just like, oh yeah, Puss in Boots. I just keep forgetting there was a first one. Like what movie is such bullshit that it doesn't even matter.
The first one's good.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
The first one is boring.
Yeah. And it's not like the movie requires you to have to watch the.
It doesn't. Yeah, I would suggest don't watch the first Puss in Boots.
You can.
Yeah, the only context the first Puss in Boots has is like, oh, this is where Kitty's soft paws is from.
Yeah, exactly.
Like.
And even then, the way that they're put into the story and how they're revealed is bad. So just skip the first movie.
Yeah, they used a trope from like the 90s. Like
outdated.
Yeah.
I like when they made her like in the fight scene, like gave her masculine grunts to like trick you into thinking it's yeah, they play like masculine grunts, and it's like, okay, that's cheating. Like
that is cheating. It's like The Visit.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry, not The Visit. The Village. The Village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, one note I want to make about Dave Chappelle before I'm assuming we're at the end. Just one quick note I want to make.
Yeah, I got to run soon.
I really, really think it's hilarious that he thought it was a good idea to have Elon Musk come on the stage as if like people would like cheer for him or something like that. Like
that was funny.
That's great. That's great. That's hilarious. Yeah. It shows his age. But I still like the guy and I appreciate his art. But yeah, there's still funny moments where, him and or Elon Musk deserve to get ridiculed, and they do. So that was just I've considered that a part of his art, and maybe that was it was unintentional, but I still found it fun.
You don't have to like everything that a comedian does for you to like enjoy their art. Like they can make, like just like with any artist, they can make hits or misses.
But you do
sometimes when Dave Chappelle does it, it really misses.
You do have to like everything someone does if you support them on Patreon.
Do you guys know the difference between Elon Musk and a lemur?
One's smart.
One is physically fit.
Elon Musk made an electric car, and the lemur Madagascar.
But all right, and with that, I gotta go. I've got a lot of shit that I gotta do here. I gotta end this, okay? Thanks for hanging out. I'll put
see you Sunday. Bye.
Oh yeah, see you Sunday. I'll figure out the date for the next one. Thank you so much.